Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about adding dialogue to your realistic fiction stories. So, this is sometimes a very overlooked technique that people forget to do when they're writing. So, um, make sure that your story does have dialogue. We don't want it all to be dialogue. That's another thing that people do. But it needs to have some dialogue so it sounds natural, because in life we are usually talking to people. So what I did was I just really looked through my story and I wrote, kind of summarized like what I wanted to be in the beginning before I started writing dialogue. So one thing you want to remember, that when you are writing dialogue, every time you start a new line of dialogue, you want to press enter and then tab. So it looks like this. You're doing enter, tab, and tab is how you indent. So I'm just going to go back. You want to put quotation marks in first, and then after the last word that you are saying. So here's my example of my dialogue. I'll read this first. Ingrid and Heidi hop in the car and set off for the campground. They are so excited and spend a lot of time playing their favorite songs in the car. They sing along and laugh like they always did when they were kids on the way to the campground. So here I don't have dialogue yet, and that's fine because I'm really setting up the scene. Ingrid looked at her phone and checked the weather radar. You need to be silent. The radar map still showed big storms hitting Watoma later this evening. Ingrid cleared her throat and nervously said, Heidi? So notice how I'm saying how she's speaking, but I'm also explaining what she's doing. That show don't tell about like how to show that she's nervous. Okay. Heidi? Yeah, Heidi said, keeping her eyes on the road. I just checked the weather again, and it is still calling for some big storms in Watoma. I don't think they're going to blow over, Ingrid said cautiously. So this is sort of like in our everyday society when people text or email and people are like, oh my gosh, they're mad at me. And you think they're mad because they didn't put like a bajillion emojis or exclamation marks or anything. So you want to be really talking about like, how are they saying it? So Ingrid's saying this cautiously. Oh, what do weather people know anyway? They're always wrong, Heidi said, matter-of-factly. But what if they're not wrong? Ingrid said, now sounding scared. Oh, come on, don't tell me you're scared, Heidi said, making a face at her sister. Well, I am a little scared. You know I don't like storms, and our tent isn't the safest spot to be during one, Ingrid explained. We will be fine, trust me, Heidi declared confidently. Listen, there's actually a Super 8 motel in town, and it's only $79.99 a night there. I would even pay for it if we decided to go there to ride out the storm, Ingrid announced. Heidi and Ingrid had reached a red light, and Heidi turned to look Ingrid in the eyes. We have been waiting all summer to come here, to feel like old times, and you want to ditch out and stay at a gross motel? Come on, this is going to be fun, so don't ruin it by acting scared, Heidi said with a lot of attitude. So, not every scene has to have a ton of dialogue, but you want to be sprinkling it in so that it breaks it up. Because there's some stories where it's just like, then they did this, then they did this, then they did this, and they were silent the whole time. But then there's some stories that are just people talking and you're really confused, like, what are they doing now? So make sure you have a good balance of the action and then also the dialogue. Well, try it out, folks. Can't wait to see it.